suffering succotash. You wake up after yesterday saying there's going to be some breaking, breathtaking, unreal news, and it has to do with whatnot. We'll get briefly into that, go over some interesting happenings within Pokemon, some prices, everything else under the sun. If this is your first time tuning in, what's up? Let's see if I can keep you entertained, which again, a huge shout out to Collectors Gone Digital Beyond the Drop episode 23, where they just had me on. So we just did, it wasn't a full, they streamed for 3 hours. I think it was on for about an hour and a half. So if you guys are wanting to check that out, that's the @ for it. And again, I'll grab their YouTube link and throw that down in the description. But it was a super fun conversation around collectibles, digital, everything else under the sun. So here is the message from yesterday. Please share this message with all of your hobby friends. All right? Hello, friends. My phone has been ringing. I have a reason to believe this week has news coming that will shake the hobby. If this is true, and I believe it is, something wicked this way comes. No need to panic or worry. Many will find this news to be long overdue. If true, it will be one of the most talked about hobby moments in the history of the industry. Get your popcorn ready, but it is not a feel-good film. Listen to that. Oh, that's bravo on setting up the anticipation for what it is. So then this comes across the timeline, and excuse me while I have to scooch forward to really look at what exactly this says. This action arises from defendants' misuse of their control over authentication systems, marketplace access, and industry communications to retaliate against plaintiff after he threatened to expose serious defects and inconsistencies in defendants' business practices. And who is this about? Well, on the top, it says Collectors Universe Inc., DBA Professional Sports Authenticator, a Delaware corporation, Goldin Auctions, LLC. But no. It doesn't have anything to do with that, but people are noticing that Ken Goldin, after literally not shutting up after the Logan Paul interview, he's been silent for 2 weeks, which this is going to be a complete left field because I feel like we need a little bit of context. And you've been on the stream before, you've seen this video. So give me uno momento. But the specific clip where Ken Goldin responded to people that were hating on him, okay? So check this out and we'll continue on. This was the last thing he said.
You just don't understand the business and you just want to hate. What I find is the people that complain about stuff are the people that will never be my customers in the first place. Normally do not have the money to spend to buy a single thing on Goldin.com. Not even in our weeklies, and they just want to bitch and be bitter because they can't be happy. They want to tear down an industry. Maybe they sold their cards too early. Maybe they bought the wrong items. Maybe their friend made money and they didn't. Maybe they missed the train. Maybe they hate their job. Maybe they have nothing better to do with their life. But if you love collectibles, if it makes you happy, then you love this sale.
Okay, so that was the clip of him not too long ago, kind of talking the talk. All right. So the actual news that's coming out, which we'll have to see what happens with the Goldin auctions thing. New arbitration complaint filed by Paul Lesko claims what's not randomized and repack card breaks operate like illegal gambling. The action filed on behalf of numerous clients says Whatnot operates as an unregulated online casino, enabling fraud by breakers, RICO violations, and addictive practices without safeguards, resulting in substantial user losses, seeking restitution, treble damages, injunctions, and a declaration of unlawfulness. Now, as somebody that's still, I'll say, trying to grasp everything under the sun, I will say that regarding Whatnot, I know a couple people that stream on it. I know that there's been a lot of highlights of people going into breaks that are getting absolutely Jimmy rigged, from the sense of way overpaying for a card, but that's not necessarily anything but the user's fault in an instance. But let's scroll down here because the fallout of this, or reaction, I would say, is everybody saying, We already knew this. This is a nothing burger. So we're all just going to be like, oh yeah, the platform's doing something that's like not that great, whatever, which, okay. But let's kind of go through this, and there's a big logo on the front of it, so we'll just read what we can see. This action challenges Whatnot Inc.'s operation of randomized and repacked trading cards on its live stream platform as unlawful schemes that have harmed consumers for years. First, Whatnot's randomized and repacked trading card breaks constitute unlawful gambling scenes. Through its breaks feature, Whatnot facilitates two distinct types of illegal activity in which consumers pay for the chance to win valuable trading cards. Now, in certain parts of the world, I remember this a couple of years ago back for Overwatch, if you went to buy one of like the in-game character skins, right? So they have like default, but if you want to, have your character that's wearing like a hula hoop outfit or whatever the hell it was that they had prearranged, you could either buy a bunch of gems and buy it outright for more money, or you could try to buy the random mystery box that might have the skin you want, but it was at a lesser cost. And in certain countries, it was just straight up banned because it was considered gambling. So that's where mind goes to when reading this. Second, Whatnot knowingly allows its sellers called breakers to engage in fraudulent, unlawful, and unfair acts during randomized and repack breaks. Therefore, and for argument's sake alone, if randomized and repack breaks are not illegal gambling, the allowance of such negligence and fraud actions also harm Whatnot's customers. So we're going to have to wait and see what exactly comes of this. The news just broke. People are reacting in all sorts of ways, and this is the statement that came out from Whatnot in response. We absolutely reject the characterization in this complaint. Gambling isn't allowed on Whatnot, and we strictly enforce this policy. Whatnot is a commerce platform built to support small businesses, connecting them with buyers who purchase products they love. Card breaks are a long-standing format in collecting at card shops, conventions, and in communities that have thrived for generations. And while sellers who break only make up 4% of sellers on our platform, we've taken care to bring that experience online in a way that holds everyone accountable. Whatnot shows happen live and on camera. Sellers face real consequences when they break our rules, and we've set the standard for how these formats work online, and we're committed to maintaining it. Now, what's funny about this as well is there was actually a big issue with a particular streamer not that long ago on Whatnot that actually kind of bamboozled one of the industry's biggest players. So let me grab that video for you right quick, and we'll go down we'll go down a little bit of memory lane, if you will. If I can find it. Okay, here we go. Coop just got scammed by a Whatnot seller.
Coop, I am really liking your odds here, man.
I mean, he's got 2 guaranteed hits.
Yeah, you have 2 guaranteed hits. Wait.
Right, at this point, you can see the seller saw that it was a God pack and immediately brought it off screen, and according to Coop, gave it to his buddy and continued opening other packs, pretending it didn't happen. For those who don't know who Coop is, he's the most generous and wholesome content creator and collector in the Pokemon TCG scene, and inspired a lot of collectors to get back into collecting. Now, the comment section is absolutely popping off on like something you've never even seen. You ever gone to like the movie theater or some kind of like festival and they got a popcorn machine and it's like popping a lot? It's like that kind of popping. These are the kind of things within the hobby that you just don't like to see, but we have one message to leave you with. Yeah, justice for Coop, and also what in the heck is going on with Whatnot. So that's an example if you're completely unfamiliar with the platform, and that's not necessarily something that happens every day, but there's some issues, and I guess you could say that for every sort of platform, right? On Twitch, there's people that talk about some kind of certain political aspects, and then they get banned for one reason or another, and I guess it's humans sort of deal. It's humans, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, yeah, we'll have to see what comes of it. Again, maybe it's nothing burger. Maybe it's a big deal. Does it steer people away from the platform? I don't really think so, but curious what else unfolds. And remember, before we got into the Whatnot story, there was somebody that was trying to check things around Goldin auction, and Ken Goldin has been silent. So more drama every single day. I don't know how people do anything with nails like this. It's an absolute talent, but here's a pack opening of Pokemon Mega Evolution Perfect Order. Yo, that's like the bulk card that's worth $10 or something. Scary. Yo, Lotus, scary. I remember. See, I think those ones are kind of cool. Like they're like, I would be very nervous of like accidentally scratching my skin. But I remember, and for any Canadians, you remember Zellers? So there was a Zellers that I went into, and in the back they had like electronics, and there was a person that had nails that were curling around each of their fingers, like because they were that long. That was like doing the cashier and everything, and I was like, I feel like I'm in a circus right now. So there's your first perfect order pack opening watch. If you haven't seen one, glad to be a part of it. Now let's continue on the educational and or fun pieces. Check this out. You're gonna be mind blown.
But then something dawned on me. So I wasn't gonna make a video tonight, but then something dawned on me. It's March 15, 2026, which means today is the 30th anniversary of the very first Pokemon publication. And I just had to celebrate that and show you CoroCoro number 216 from 1996, the very first Pokemon publication ever. And here it is. So here are the 97s, and then 96, issue 216, number 4. If you have that magazine, you have the very first Pokemon publication of all time. And by the way, look at the binding. Binding looks good. Let's compare that to a heavily read issue where you can see the binding actually has a fold. Pretty awesome. Let's check it out. So here we are, and let's take a look at the cover here. I'm looking for signs of Pokemon. I don't see them. And the other side of the book. And there's a reason that you do not see Pokemon on the cover, because it's actually inside this book in very small traces, like ads and little mentions. But we're going to find them right now. The very beginnings of Pokemon. If you flip through almost the entire book, you come across an ad. The very first ad ever for Pokemon. March 15th, 1996.
That looks so different. Obviously, whoever this has got canned. But you have Clefairy. You have the Nidoran. The Venusaur. And Ash Ketchum also looks like he got completely redone.
Apparently it's 2 pages, not just one. A 1-page strategy feature shows how to beat the first 4 gym leaders and shows Pikachu and Pippi for the first time. There's also a ranking for the most anticipated new games. Pokemon comes in 4th. I'm ultra careful with this book because I honestly don't know how many issues exist in the entire world at this point.
Yeah, how much is
Before
that
I get
worth?
This book graded forever, I wanted to open it up one more time and show you all what was inside. And today is truly a historical day for Pokemon, the 30th anniversary.
That's so weird.
Recently, there's been this great desire to get manga graded. And before I send these off, I just wanted to show you what was inside on this remarkable day, the 30th anniversary.
Yo, WWW. So that's from Germany. And speaking of mangas, I have the first One Piece manga here. It's probably got a little bit of creases and whatnot. Maybe I should have been a little bit more gentle with it. But either way, yes, we're seeing a lot of collectibles, no matter what it is, getting graded. So there's a little bit of insight. And again, that was yesterday, not today, if you're watching. But just so cool, eh? And for Ascended Heroes, let's go down the list here for a second. I don't know why for Alligators down here, that's going to be a red card, buddy. But the Gengar, still going for $1,000 out of Ascended Heroes. This entire set for like the master set, right? We're not talking just the cards on the screen, but like all of the cards. of the Ascended Hero set on release was going for about $10,000. And so, now for just the top 10 of that set going for $4,000, I'm going to say if you extrapolate that and look down, yeah, it's come down a fair bit, but people are going out and trying to rip for all the goods. And more insights for Sync, guys. Again, if you want to try out the app, you can see the QR code down below. Right now, it is only available on Apple, but we've been working together, and there's a lot of really, really cool features that are coming down the pipeline. So if you're going to a card show and you're trying to figure out what is something worth, I want to take a quick photo of something, it'll show up on the app immediately. You can switch between the Japanese cards, the English cards, and now it's got more than just Pokemon, where Riftbound and One Piece is a part of it, along with Vibes. So that's the big news of the day. Would love for you guys to check that out, and I hope that you enjoy it in your card collecting journey. So there was a crazy play in Call of Duty last night where a guy ended up getting a 4-piece here. So if we wait about 5 seconds, you have to go off to the side where, like, in the corner, it'll show that 2 of the kills happened there, but the guy absolutely pops off, and it might be a kill of the year. And my mind, no matter what at this point, goes to thinking about, well, what's all the goods with the trading cards? And you can buy a Clayster signed auto for $21 US. This is one of the, I think this is just straight up the first Call of Duty League trading cards. And I'm looking online, and I think cases are like $50 to $70. The same case with Overwatch. Like, Esports trading cards are just not desired whatsoever. But it felt like the audience for them was huge back when they were big. So do they make a comeback? I don't know. But there's a little bit of insight regarding that. Now, I don't want to toot my horn a little bit too hard here, but I want to play you a clip from a stream just the other week, and then I'm going to show you a video. So that video is going to get all the attention in the world, and now think of it. And to clarify as well, this was Amber Glenn, the USA Olympian figure skater that was showcasing Magic the Gathering during the closing ceremonies, bringing it up and getting like national headlines over it for whatever reason. And then Magic the Gathering sending her an absolute ton of their product. And here was my response to it. Think of it from a different perspective, right? If you're an athlete, and not that Amber Glenn's not a nobody by any means, but all of a sudden, if you're able to say, hey, look, there's somebody that's into like the same hobby as me. Oh my God, they're Olympian. Holy smokes, we can, we have the same interests. Like, this is cool. They're putting my favorite thing on a main stage. It's great. And I think what might end up actually happening is a trickle effect of people realizing, hey, if I get a chance to be in the spotlight and I'm passionate about this particular hobby, whether it be trading cards or elsewise, how can we make the most of that situation? And obviously, who knew that going out and talking about Magic the Gathering in some of the interviews and during the closing ceremony would cause the attention that it did? But also, Amber Glenn herself liked the tweet. Not too shabby. Well, let's move ahead. What do we got next?
Love vibes from you. It's a little toasty in here, so I feel like, woo, but
this is during the Oscars, by the way.
Cool to be here. This has always been my dream, like since I was a little girl.
I know you guys are both working, but is this date night with you and Mason tonight? Is it?
God,
I mean, you both.
Oscars.
I asked him, and he said, "I love her to death."
Really?
I mean, yeah, I love her to death. Yeah, she looks beautiful. So
He said that. Maybe that's it. I love him to death. He's the best. I'm also happy. I brought.
Girl,
No,
you got pockets.
Wait. You want to see what's in my pockets? Wait. So Mason and I were talking, and I was like, I'm really into Pokemon cards, and I was like, I want to try and be the first person to open like Pokemon cards at the Oscars. So like. I don't know.
You are my girl.
It's starting. I thought this was going to end up being the case. Isn't it a good feeling when you end up being right about stuff? Now, anybody could have predicted that, by the way. It's not it's not news or not difficult to predict, but it's like there's gonna be ramifications of this, and we are seeing that trickle on through. And GB Australia, what's going on? Thank you for sending that pack the other day, by the way. You are a gem, and hope you are doing absolutely phenomenal. I will not post about another record sale tomorrow. I will not post about another record sale tomorrow. I will not post about another record sale tomorrow. Well, it's today, and look, another record sale. $396,000 for a card that came out during the 2025 Topps Chrome release. Are you kidding me? Every day, another record is shattered. And I got to give a little bit of a plug. So on Thursdays, we're going to keep doing this. It's going great. I would absolutely love for you guys to check it out. If you go to the live feed and you scroll, if you're on YouTube, and find the Kim Kardashian at a card show stream, that's me and Quadzilla. We're going to be doing that. We have Svi, we have Rip Routine, we have Quad coming back, and myself for this Thursday show. We're doing it a little bit later. It's going to be at 8 p.m. I do have the schedule up for there, so if you're wanting to set notifications on for that. But here's a quick clip from the stream last week as an example of what we talk about. I remember having those cards specifically. See, that's causing me to FOMO, so I'm not going to buy anything 100%. Until that product drops.
It's coming because why else would she be signing a sheet of Pikachu, Ash Ketchum? Like, yeah, I'm telling you, like it's only starting. It's
only starting.
We haven't even seen the set, right? Like they Pokemon Japan teased the set again today.
Oh, did they? Because I don't know, for like the Pokemon 30th day, we streamed that, and there was a lot of things that I was like, oh, okay, this is cool, but it was like very
they teased
quick
it again.
Flashes of things.
They teased it again with the Chrome Mew.
Oh, the Mew and the Mewtwo. Yeah.
Another video out today that showed the outline of a pack. Right, and then the 30th, and coming in 2026.
I remember having those cards. So we get into the insights, and again, I'm no expert on any of this, but we're getting together the experts. We're still learning. We got headlines galore already starting. We'll end up discussing what happened with Ken Goldin and whatnot over the course of today during that Thursday session, but that's what you got looking forward to if you're a fan of trading cards. But if you're just here to hang out and have a good time and hang out with me, you're an absolute gem. But GB Australia, Lourdes, thank you guys for coming on through. Again, for anyone catching the stream a little bit later, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you tomorrow as per usual. And I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I'll catch you soon. Peace. And yes, Lotus, I am watching myself.